Part 1. The primary console inside the tactical bunker hummed steadily, its green and amber light bathing the faces of the monitoring team. Riri, the team's elite tactical intercept specialist, stood alongside Captain Lori, Commander Nancy Drew Smith, and Scott E. Lucci. They were locked onto the terminal network controlled by the St. Petersburg Coven, a massive global harvesting operation. These witches were targeting the West, siphoning vital energy from men and boys globally to fuel their grand design, engineering a new race to work against humanity. In this massive harvesting operation, these are only witches. They don't want fans, they need donors. These are only witches. They don't want fans, they need donors. From this central network, the harvested power was distributed to fuel a darker agenda, announced by the spawns like Haas in Bogota as they herald the arrival of their new race. On the front lines, the power was channeled into deep manipulation tactics. The witches utilized it for penis worship targeted at younger voters and for sissy training programs, weaponizing the stolen masculinity. Furthermore, this operation served as a financial hub. The funds raised by these witches fueled a conflict that resulted in staggering casualties, with reports indicating that up to 300 soldiers die every day. It was a cycle of destruction that prompted chilling recruitment pleas, calling on young boys to join the front lines. The whistleblowers within the coven highlighted the phrase Moshka Moshka Zion, Sonia Konvrema Resha, drawing attention to how these fundraising efforts ultimately fueled a war devastating both sides alike. English summary: the bunker team monitors a global harvesting network where these are only witches, they don't want fans, they need donors. The harvested energy fuels a dark agenda, including sissy training, the funding of brutal regional conflicts, and the arrival of their top spawn, Haas, in Bogota. Russian. Команда бункера отслеживает глобальную сеть сбора, где есть только ведьмы, им не нужны фанаты, им нужны доноры. Собранная энергия питает темную повестку, включая обучение сиси, финансирование жестоких конфликтов и прибытие их главного порождения, Хоса, в Боготу. Spanish. El equipo del bunker monitorea una red de cosecha global, donde estas son solo brujas, no quieren fans, necesitan donantes. La energía cosechada alimenta una agenda oscura, incluyendo el entrenamiento sisi, la financiación de conflictos brutales y la llegada de su principal engendro, Haas en Bogotá. Mandarin. 就是说签署建议就书建完成书是含义书签完还签书就建完成过喜欢的书建喜欢这个就建书建书建书出是含义书建书建书出是含义书建完成过还成过 French. L'équipe du bunker surveille un réseau mondial de collecte où CA sont seulement des sorcières. Elles ne veulent pas de fans, elles ont besoin de donneurs. L'énergie récoltée alimente un programme sombre, y compris des entraînements ici. Le financement de conflits brutaux et l'arrivée de leur progéniture suprême, Haas, à Bogota. Before the telemetry locked, Riri had been completely fixated on the intercepted files, talking incessantly about the sheer size and what he was uncovering. Bursting into the group with wide eyes, Riri couldn't contain himself, blunting out, all that seed, Lori." Hearing this, Scotty Lucci went absolutely nuts, his voice echoing through the bunker. "That's mine. That's a thief. These witches are thieves." He made it brutally clear to the entire team right then and there. These are only witches. They don't want fans, they need donors. After getting set straight about his boundary-crossing staring, Riri finally understood the gravity of the situation and snapped back into tactical alignment. With the team unified, the ultimatum was officially delivered to the St. Petersburg network, and the terms were absolute. Relinquish the stolen penis power and the vital seed completely, or face an immediate precision strike. English summary. After Riri discovers the scope of the stolen seed, Scott E. Lucci denounces the witches as thieves. These are only witches who don't want fans, they need donors. The team unites to issue an absolute ultimatum to the St. Petersburg network, demanding the return of all stolen life force or facing a precision strike. Russian. После того, как Рери обнаружил масштаб кражи семени, Скотт Э. Lucci называет ведьм ворами. Это только ведьмы, которым не нужны фанаты, им нужны доноры. Команда объединяется, чтобы предъявить абсолютный ультиматум сети в Санкт-Петербурге, требуя возврата всей украденной жизненной силы под угрозой точечного удара. Spanish. Tras descubrir el alcance de la semilla robada, Scott E. Lucci denuncia a las brujas como ladronas. Estas son solo brujas que no quieren fans, necesitan donantes. El equipo se une para emitir un ultimátum absoluto a la red de San Petersburgo, exigiendo la devolución de toda la fuerza vital robada, o enfrentar un ataque de precision. Mandarin. 这荒丢凶球 其中是满太一系数第系数其实数，是狂的数体数第系数第四数第系数其系数，其系数其中狂的数其数第数，其系数第数，其数第系数其数第系是。French. Après que Ray a découvert l'ampleur de la semence volée, Scott et Lucci dénoncent les sorcières comme des voleuses. Si ils sont seulement des sorcières qui ne veulent pas de fans, elles ont besoin de donneurs. L'équipe s'unit pour transmettre un ultimatum absolu au réseau de Saint-Pétersbourg, exigeant le retour de toute la force vitale volée sous peine de frappe de précision.